What's up, podcast listeners? I'm Caleb Law, and this is this week's news update for entertainment on Rainbow Hollywood. So let's get right into it. Hollywood's biggest nights also meant it was the town's busiest week, with star-studded celebrations taking place both before and after Sunday show. After months of lead up, Oscars Oscars week arrived with the typically packed schedule of surrounding parties and events. Vanity Fair, Elton John, Madonna, Chanel, and Charles Finch, Giorgio Armani, and Woman in Film all returned back with their signature bashes as nominees. And winners party hopped all week long. Well, this one is the party, the Vanity Fair Oscar party. But players, seems like the VF's editor-in-chief, Rahika Jones, hosted winners like Sean Baker and wife Samantha Kwan, Mikey Madison, Adrian Brody, Zoe Zaldana, Lol Crawley, Paul Tazewell, and Danielle Bloomberg, along with the guest list of Mile Long. A sampling Joe Alwyn, Kevin Bacon, Kyra Sedgwick, Monica Barbero, Sacha Baron Cohen, Jason Bateman, Halle Berry, J- Leslie Bibb, Matt Bomer, and Simon Halls. Yura Borisov, Alison Brie, Rachel Brosnahan, Coleman Domingo, Robert Downey Jr., and Susan Downing. Susan Downey. Robert Downey Jr. and Susan Downey. Jesse Eisenberg, Cynthia Erivo, Cole Escola, Ralph Fiennes, Andrew Garfield, Selena Gomez, John Hamm, Joshua Jackson, Rashida Jones, John Lithgow, Joe Locke, Lindsay Lohan, Billy Lourd, Natasha Lyonne, Demi Moore, Jenna Ortega, Al Pacino, Guy Pearce, Margaret Qualley, Jack Antonoff, Queen Latifah, Chris Rock, Seth Rogen, Meg Ryan, Hunter Schafer, Noah Schnapp, Patrick Schwarzenegger, Sebastian Stan, Lakeith Stanfield, Drew Starkley, Ben Stiller, Jeremy Strong, Sydney Sweeney, Fernanda Torres, Nate Bar Gates, Mr. Alex Edelman, Nick Glaser, Chelsea Handler, Conan O'Brien, Benito Skinner, Barbara Broccoli, Brady Corbett, Coralie Fargate, Zoe Kravitz, Sean Levy, Dennis Vanley, I can't remember his last name, Tom Ford, Zach Posen, Donatella Versace, um, Jeff Bezos, Lauren Sanchez, Sergey Brin, Ari Emanuel, CAA's Kevin Huvane, Kendall and Kylie Jenner, Kim Kardashian, UTA's Theresa Peters, and Billy Lazarus, Casey Wasserman, Haley Bieber, Cara Delevingne, Cara Delevingne, huh. Kaya Gerber, Kendall Jenner, Omar Apollo, Miley Cyrus, Doja Cat, Mick Jagger, Lil Nas X, Tate McRae, Olivia Rodrigo, Katy Perry, Orlando Bloom, Ray, um, Donna Langley, David Leslav, WME's Richard Weitz, and Christian Muirhead, Stephen Curry, Coco Gauff, Rich Paul, Russell Westbrook, Serena Williams, Russell Wilson, and Ciara. It took place in the custom designed space that connects the Wallace Annenberg Center of the Performing Arts with Beverly Hills City Hall, served with gourmet pies from the custom oven um, custom 3-oven pizza by chef Evan Funk, who personally prepared and served 5 different styles late into the evening. In addition, there was a full bar available for guests and funky gelato cart, splits of Moet and Chandon, as well as Vivaru water in the departure lounge, which also featured narwhal coffee and donuts. One of the most in-demand menu offerings was once again an In-N-Out burgers. And the inside dish? Well, as always, the events kicked off with an A-list dinner and viewing party for close to 100 guests. After the Best Picture trophy has been handed over to the Honora team, bringing an end to the telecast, the dining room was transformed into a dance party presented by Tequila Don Julio and featuring DJs Mr. Fubiz, DJ Ruckus, and DJ Potlick. Plitlick. Uh, Politic. uh, oh, had to learn to pronounce the other last name of the other DJ. Anyway, Lensman Arvero Column returned to the scene to capture winners, nominees, and boldface names in a custom Bolt video studio. But I see Cynthia with Zoe Saldana at the Oscars and the trophy in her hand. Now I kind of want to know. Tallulah Willis with her mother Demi Moore at the premiere. Wow, fucking odd. That's a lot of pictures there. But the Oscars are like, wow, they ever won a trophy. Whenever whenever that happens from Inside Out 2 or of course I don't know. It's grown odd. Anyway, Ken Urker has rediscovered love with Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and he isn't letting go. In an exclusive conversation with People, the bartender opened up how the couple reconnected after calling off their re-engagement. Blanchard, former inmate and famed victim of Munchausen by proxy, first connected with Urker when she was still behind bars for the murder of her mother, Dee Dee Blanchard, who made her undergo years of intense medical treatments that she did not need. Oh, that's odd. In October of 2018, Urker proposed to Blanchard, though they briefly called off their engagement before reuniting in August 2019. Despite their reconciliation, oh yeah, the two ended up going their separate ways for the second time. Blanchard then met their estranged husband Ryan Anderson in 2020, and he eventually tied the knot in 2022 while she was still in prison. After she was released on December 28, 2023, Blanchard announced her separation from Anderson less than 4 months later. Now, Urker tells People how he and Blanchard found their way back to each other. We first reconnected the very first weekend of April when I came to visit her for the first time after she had gotten out. He recalls, "We spent that weekend together and had an incredible time. Um, after that first meeting, things snowballed when they fir- after that first meeting, things snowballed when they met up a month to later I mean, things snowballed when they met up a month to attend Jazz Fest. Then shortly after that, we realized we were going to have a baby. So then I moved down here," he says of their home in Missouri. When it comes to family, Urker says his loved ones have fully embraced and accepted Gypsy as part of the family. My dad, my mom, my brothers and sisters are all thrilled just to know that we're happy and we have a beautiful baby girl, he continues. And I mean, they're all very supportive and happy to have Gypsy as a part of our family now. It's no secret Blanchard has been dealt through cards in life, but Urker admits it's been amazing to see how she's blossomed into an incredible person. Blossomed into an incredible person since her release from prison. "I couldn't be more proud to have her as the mother of our child and as a partner in life," he smiles. And I think that even after all the things that she's gone through, and that she was the that she that was one of the things that I loved about her from the beginning. She retained such a kind spirit and loving personality. You would you would think that on paper, that that somebody who had been through that much trauma would be affected in some of the worst ways, he explains. And for her, I didn't see it. I saw such an incredible spirit and soul. That's what ultimately made me fall in love with her. But since she's gotten out, she continues to just grow and become the best version of herself, and I couldn't be happier to have her at my side of this life," Urker adds. When Gypsy Rose, Life After Lockup Season 2 premieres in March, fans will be able to see what Blanchard's life looks like now as she struggles life as a free woman, a pending divorce, and a rekindled romance, and her unexpected journey into motherhood. Lana Condor enjoys her sweet reunions with former co-star Noah Centineo. Um, yeah, that's, that's that. "Whenever I see him, I get really happy." Condor tells People exclusively to her All of the Boys I've Loved Before co-star at the 33rd Annual Elton John AIDS Foundation Academy Awards viewing party in West Hollywood, California on Sunday. "When we are catch up, it's just like, what are you doing? What are you up to?" adds the actress who was photographed with Centineo at the February 18th SAG Award Spotlight dinner. "We try and fit so much in such a small period of time." Centineo played Peter Kavinsky in the hit 2018 Netflix film adaptation and its sequels, P.S. I Still Love You and Always and Forever. The franchise is inspired by Jenny Han's best-selling young adult novels. Condor, who led the film franchise as his love interest Laura John Song Covey, says that she recently found out that she and Centennial live in the same city. That has never been really the case, so we're trying to hang out more, she says. With a smile, she teases a potential reunion on screen. I'm also like, "When are we gonna work it together again?" Centennial, who stars in the spy series The Recruit, teased a return to romantic comedy when he told People in January, "I don't want to go back to romance." He reappeared as Peter in the Anna Cathcart-led spin-off series Exo Kitty, which the actor admitted was extremely scary. To all the boys, the franchise is so beloved that you kind of don't want to touch it. Condor, who married longtime partner Anthony de la Torre last October, also spoke at the Oscars after party about the rules she shares with her husband. Never go to bed angry with each other, which is harder said than done. Condor recently starred in an action thriller, Valiant One, and has among her upcoming projects Ballerina Overdrive and Worth the Wait. Exo Kitty Season 2 is now streaming on Netflix. Following the news that Max is developing a Crazy Rich Asians TV series, John M. Chu, who helmed the 2018 blockbuster film before his two Wicked films, gave a taste of what's to come on a small screen. We needed more real estate. That was the reality, Chu told The Hollywood Reporter on the Oscars red carpet on Sunday. We developed the movie over and over and over again, and we're still working on a version of something that I won't talk about now. But the TV landscape allowed us to use all the characters. It was announced last week that Chu and Adele Lim, the film's co-writer, were both on board for the series. We're both on board for the series, with the latter as showrunner. Lim previously departed the planned sequel film in 2019, revealing to The Hollywood Reporter that all the time that she was being offered a fraction of salary. Warner Brothers was offering co-writer Peter Chiarelli, a white man. That co-writer's a white man. Sequel plans for the film, which starred Michelle Yeoh, Constance Wu, and Henry Golding, have been up in the air for years as a result, and Chu still isn't entirely taken a second film off the table. I don't know if it's in lieu of the sequel, but it felt clear that every character we wanted to explore more needed more room, and just a movie wasn't doing it for us, he added on a carpet. We got to bring Adele back into the fold, and so we're starting this now. It's going to be fun. The series will be based on Kevin Kwan's novels, Crazy Witch Asian. The series will be based on Kevin Kwan's novels, Crazy Rich Asians, China Rich Girlfriend, and Rich People Problems. Following native New Yorker Rachel Chu, played by Wu, as she accompanies her longtime boyfriend Nick to his best friend's wedding in Singapore, learning upon approval that his family is extremely wealthy. Gemma Chen, Aquafina, Gemma Chen, Aquafina, Ken Jeong, Jimmy Yang, and Ronnie Ching also appeared in the original film. Mikey Madison thanked sex workers in her acceptance speech after winning Best Actress on Sunday. But Honora is fair from the first Oscar-winning film to portray the oft-targeted community. Accepting her Best Actress in Oscar on Sunday, accepting her Best Actress Oscar on Sunday, Mikey Madison was greeted with cheers when she thanked the sex worker community for their contributions to Honora. All of the incredible women I have had the privilege of meeting from that community have been one of the highlights of this entire experience. She told the Dolby Theater crowd, "I will continue to support and be an ally." Honora, which swept nearly all of its 6 nominations, including the win for Best Picture, tells the story of the sex worker Honora Mekiva, a stripper who marries the son of the Russian oligarch, played by Mark. I don't know. I can't remember his last name. Anyway, though many lauded the film's big night as a historic moment for historically taboo subject matter, Hollywood actually has a long history of recognizing those in the sex worker community, going all the way back to the first ever ceremony in 1928, when Janet Gaynor won for Secret Angel, and in 1960, when both female acting categories, supporting and lead, went to women who portrayed sex workers, Shirley Jones and Elmer Gantry, and Elizabeth Taylor in Butterfield 8. Honora isn't even the first sex work movie to take home the Best Picture, 1969's Midnight Cowboy, about the friendship of the friendship of two hustlers. Sorry, didn't take home any acting trophies. I was going to say this, but Honora isn't even the first sex work movie to take home Best Picture, 1969's Midnight Cowboy, about the friendship of two hustlers, didn't take home any acting trophies, but did win Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Adapted Screenplay. Of course, representation is only the half battle, and the below list doesn't take into consideration how respectfully each film might be received by the real life sex worker community today. But the Honora team did a lot of work to make sure their 2024 depiction was authentic. And several former sex workers told The Hollywood Reporter that the film got a lot right. Madison, for her part, sang the praises of the profession because during the Hollywood Reporter's roundtable, it's it's not only physically demanding, but it's mentally demanding as well, because you're not you're having to walk up to someone and immediately try to connect with them, she said. And then physically you're on your feet all day dancing in these really tall shalitos, just understanding the stamina that comes with that. Yeah, including Janet Gaynor's as Angela in 1928's Street Angels, Helen Hayes in The Sin of Maddie and Claudette, Ann Baxter in The Razor's Edge, Claire Trevor in Key Largo, Donna Reed in From Here to Eternity, Joe Van Fleet in East of Eden, Susan Hayward in I Want to Live, Shirley Jones in Elmer Gantry, blah blah blah, Jane Fonda in Clute, Mira Sorvino in Mighty, I can't remember that word. I can't pronounce that. Kim Basinger in L.A. Confidential, Charlize Theron in Monsters, Emma Stone in Poor Things, Mikey Madison in Nora, and it's all the films for sex workers. The Walt Disney Animation Studios team are no longer cooking up long-form streaming content, according to The Hollywood Reporter. The first title to be culled from the lineup is Tiana, the Disney Plus original series based on the 2009 film The Princess and the Frog, which introduced the studio's first black Disney princess. A source revealed that Walt Disney Animation Studios also shelving an unannounced feature project destined for Disney Plus, and confirmed that there will be layoffs at Disney's Vancouver Animation Studio. The shift follows Pixar's announcement last year that it will not be prioritizing I can't pronounce that word, long form episodic content after launching the Inside Out spin-off called Dream Productions and recent original Win or Lose on Disney Plus. A short film special is set in the world of The Princess and the Frog is reportedly still in development. Tiana's Joyce Sherry and Steven Anderson will be directing. Tiana has had a bit of rocky development journey. Initially announced in 2020 with the target release in 2023, the project was then pushed to an undated 2024 release after swapping in Sherry as lead writer director instead of Stella Meghine. Meghe Meki remained attached as an executive producer alongside former Walt Disney Animation Studios CCO Jennifer Lee. Nathan Curtis was a series producer. Per Disney's previous announcement, the musical show would be set after the events of The Princess and the Frog, following Tiana as she sets off for a grand new adventure as a newly crowned Princess of Maldonia. But a calling to her New Orleans past isn't fair behind. Anika Noni Rose was set to reprise her title role. Tiana would have been timed to Tiana's Bayou Adventure Ride, launched in Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom and Disneyland theme parks in 2024. The attraction rebranding the Splash Mountain Ride, which was inspired by the studio's inspired by the studio's 1946 film Song of the South. Zippity doo dah, zippity a, my oh my, wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine, plenty of rain. Zippity doo dah, zippity a. Oh, I was humming that song from Song of the South. Anyway, last Sunday night, the 2025 Oscar winners were crowned, and the ceremony had a little something for everybody. Conan O'Brien's hosting Conan O'Brien's hosting skills were well received, and several big movies won awards. As always, they were also more than a few snubs and surprises. But win or lose, the Oscars are a big party for those attendance. O'Brien brought the snacks, but Jimmy Kimmel Live brought the booze, and Scarlett Johansson got started drinking early. Though she did so with someone other than hubby Colin Jost. For a lot of people, the real fun of the Academy Award Oscars happens on the red carpet, as all of the night's celebrities arrive showing off some incredible fashions. The after party was no different, as Olivia Wilde sported a sheer look. As for Scarlett Johansson, I mean, as for Scarlett Johansson, ahead of a show, she was ready to have a good time. That evidenced by an Instagram video from People that showed her taking a shot with Jimmy Kimmel's sidekick Guillermo. Excuse me. One might have expected that all the comments on People videos I mean, one might have expected that all the comments on People's video would have been about the red carpet been about red carpet shots, but they were not. Instead, it seems everybody was much more interested in the whereabouts to Colin Jost. Johansson is married to SNL's Colin Jost, and she is definitely wasn't at the Oscars with him. Instead, she was walking it with another man who waited who waited as the Oscar nominee took a shot with um Guillermo Guillermo, huh, okay, Oscar nominee took shot with a Guillermo, considering her martial status, was understandable that the fans were confused by Jost's absence. Um, oh yeah. For the record, Scarlett Johansson's date was for the night was um, Joe Machota, um, who is actually her agent. Machota has been ScarJo's red carpet escort before, so it seems he's a guy who gets drafted when Colin Jost is unavailable. Um, yeah. It's unclear why Machota was there instead of Jost. The Weekend Update anchor did attend the 2020 Oscars when Johansson had a pair of nominations. He's also appeared at the other public events with his movie star wife over the last several years. Maybe he had another engagement to contend with, or maybe he just doesn't feel a need to show up at the Oscars, given his spouse wasn't actually up for any awards this year. Regardless who she was, regardless of whom she was with, though, Scarlett Johansson appeared to have a good time at the Academy Awards, taking a shot with Jimmy Kimmel's Live's own Guillermo. Surely makes a surely makes up for a sweet memory. I'll admit that it would have been even funnier for Colin Jost to have been there to partake in the quick beverage. Yet we can't be all yeah. Yet we can't all be winners on Oscar night. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo sharing a moment of triumph after a crowd pleasing opening performance. Conan O'Brien jokingly trying to steal Adrian Brody's Oscar. Um, these moments from the 2025 Oscars didn't make the ABC broadcast, but John Shearer, who's this year served as an in-house all-access photographer for the Academy and Getty Images, captured them and many more. I like to just be a fly on the wall. My goal is for them to not notice me because the second they think there's a photographer or a media in the room or in the dressing room, everything changes. Shearer told the Hollywood Reporter Monday morning, mere hours after Hollywood finally took its post Oscar slumber. I try not to interrupt people or post people or even let know that I was there because I don't want to interrupt the moment at all. I want people to feel like they were in a moment with me. Shearer is no stranger to award shows. He joked that he was shot virtually. Um, every star studded ceremony in the country except this one. Some of his past credits include the SAG Awards, the Grammy, and the CMA Awards. The veteran photographer is also behind one of the most recognizable pop culture photos of the last year, the poster for Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour film. The Shearer, the most memorable photos of the night of Wicked's Grande and Erivo. He notes that his wife worked on Victorious, the Nickelodeon show that where Grande got her on-screen start. I love the photos of them with their glam team preparing to take the stage just moments. I mean, just minutes before the show, and then just seeing the excitement and everything after the performance, where they ran down to the dressing rooms. He said. Below, Shearer shares photos and insights from Hollywood's biggest night, featuring Grande, Erivo, O'Brien, Brody, Coleman, Domingo, and more. Oh, whoa, good, good. That's kind of odd with the moments you got there. Andrew Cross, who amassed nearly 500,000 subscribers on the platform under the name Desert Drifter, has died on March 4th after being involved in a car accident the month prior. His sister Jenna Spooner announced on Caring Bridge website he was 36. Leading up to his leading up to his passing, Andrew, who married his wife Evelyn Cross in 2021, had been on life support after sustaining a serious brain injury from the February 1st crash. However, he was taken off the medical intervention the day before his death. Andrew's spirit is free, surrounded by light and love, Jenna shared in her statement on Caring Bridge March 5th. He went to be with the Lord today, March 4th at 10:50 a.m. MST. It was peace. It was peaceful and full of love in the room with Evelyn by his side, his parents and close friends nearby. And a medical team who worked with Andrew paid tribute to the outdoor venture influencer as well. As Jenna explained, before removing Andrew from life support yesterday, they put him on a mobile ventilator and walked a loop around the whole ICU while all the available staff lined the hallway as a way to honor him. Then in a room, friends and family read scripture, prayed, and sang during the process of removing life support, and for over an hour support, she continued. It was peaceful and beautiful. Jenna concluded her tribute with a touching message and about the impact of Andrew left on all who knew him. Kourtney Kardashian has been keeping up with the internet and she has something to say about it. After rumors surfaced online that Kourtney's 15-year-old son Mason Disick, um, Mason Disick, whose dad is Scott Disick, has recently welcomed a child, the Kardashian star shut down the chatter. I rarely address the rumors or conspiracies regarding myself or my family, but this is about my child, and it feels wrong to let anyone think for a second that these lies are remotely true, she wrote in a March 2nd Instagram story post. They are not. Mason does not have a child. These accounts that pretend to be him are definitely not. They are fake. The 45-year-old who shares Penelope Disick and Rain Disick with Scott, as well as a 15-month-old son, 15-month-old son, Rocky Barker, with husband Travis Barker. Went on, went on to note that her oldest child has kept largely out of the spotlight. My son really values in his privacy, and I am asking all media to please be respectful. He is a kid with feelings and a beautiful wife ahead of him, she added. Please stop spreading false narratives and spinning lies. Kourtney ended her message by addressing social media users directly, adding, and to all the other people making videos about my kids, please stop and leave them alone. The reality star statement also comes after Scott opened up about having conversations with their son Mason about about his dating life. Well. Julia Fox is bringing the Garden of Eden to the red carpet. The Uncut Gem stars has turned their heads as arrived at the Vanity Fair Oscars party on March 2nd in Beverly Hills, California, in a beige color sheer lace gown that left little to the imagination. The 35-year-old didn't go entirely nude, though, as she completed the see-through number with long hair extensions, which strategically wrapped around the body of the dress. The ensemble echoed to similarly bold look worn weeks earlier by Bianca Sensory, who is married to Julia's ex Kane West. In February, the Australian model arrived to the 2025 Grammy Awards alongside the Can't Tell Me Nothing rapper in the dark full coat. The dark fur coat, which swiftly shed to reveal a completely sheer mini dress. And while rumors quickly spread across social media that the couple were kicked out of the event after posing for photos, E! News confirmed at the time that Kane, who was a nominee at the ceremony, posed with his wife before the two got in their car and left the venue. Oh, okay. As for Julia, she recently freed the nipple herself, sort of, during the appearance at the MAC Cosmetics event during New York Fashion Week in February. She wore a beige trench coat. She wore a beige trench coat over the orange breastplate, complete with two realistic nipple indents. Uh, Last year, Julia explained the inspiration behind her one-of-the-kind fashions. I like clothes to tell a story, she told Nylon in April 2024. I like them to be indicative of who a person is. Person is. I think when you're jumping on every trend that comes along, it shows a lack of authenticity or identity. I've always been drawn to the freaks, people that dress crazy. I find that those people are more my cup of tea. And they'll be kept on reading with other celebrities at the Oscars. Whoa. I mean, those celebrities, including Lohan and Gomez, Barry, Cabello, Jenner, Erivo, Schaffer, Armas, Mikey Madison, blah blah blah, Demi Moore, Kim Kardashian, Sarah Paulson, Haley Bieber, Gabrielle Union, and Dwayne Wade, Olivia Wilde, and Megan Thee Stallion, many more celebrities, blah blah blah. Okay, that's all the time we have for this week, and we'll be looking forward for you next week on Rainbow Hollywood. Bye.